The work continues. Okay, so it's quite a big job. This is for the pergola. And we're cutting out the design. Let's see, it'll be this way up. The edge of the pergola, which is over there. You can see where some previous ones have been cut already. These are the rubble bags, you'll recall. This is the edge where we need to put some more paving to the pleached trees. And this is the construction of the pergola. It's taken beautiful shape already. It's really looking great. This will be painted in accordance with the requests of the customer. The pieces at the top here are really just for visual at the moment. That's not the thinness of the pieces that will go up there. They'll be a lot wider, but it's just to make sure, because the back 2 feet are narrower. This is to fit a corner of the garden, and so eventually they will fan their way outwards. Narrow at the back, but they will fan their way outwards. I will of course bring you back to show you what this looks like finally, but for now it's just to sort of give you an idea of what it's looking like, so you can appreciate hopefully the difference when it is all completed. But we're definitely making progress. A lot of work still to do, and just thought I'd let you know how we're getting on. So really from the underneath of the pergola, these battens will be replaced with the true thicker pieces of wood. But you can see one comes up straight out to the center, one to the right, one to the left, and the parts of the pergola on top will fan out. There are 2 more there, ready to go up, and more being prepared. And I'm digging out this area. Okay, so I'm still working on this area here. Fast running out of rubble sacks. Seven. We are nearly there. I'm going to start moving these rubble sacks to the back of the garden. Right, I have moved too many bags to count, of soil as part of this garden project. However, I just need to catch my breath. You know what? I'm not even complaining, because gardening is such a natural way to improve your wellness, your mind wellness, your body, your physique wellness. So the walking and the digging that I've been doing is just natural exercise. It works your cardiovascular system, which means literally your heart and your lungs. Your heart and your lungs for the breathing, taking in oxygen and getting rid of carbon dioxide. It's one of the forms of exercise, cardiovascular exercise, that really helps to improve your mental well-being. Cardiovascular exercise helps to manage weight. It helps to cleanse out the arteries, the veins, the capillaries. These are all the blood vessels that circulate blood around the body. So by doing any form of cardiovascular exercise, whether it's running or walking, cycling, playing netball or basketball, playing hockey or soccer, as they say in America, or soccer or football, rugby, whatever the sport, anything that gets the heart pumping and causing the heart to have to pump blood around the body, the blood containing oxygen, it causes the body to then have to breathe heavy, and that in return brings more oxygen around all the organs, the vital organs, all the organs of the body. So any activity that raises the heart rate, and you can tell when the heart rate has been raised because you breathe heavier, or you can take the pulse and it beats more. Any of those activities, and for me, gardening is such a natural way to create that, is great for the body, great for managing blood pressure. So for anybody with hypertension, which means blood pressure at an elevated level, cardiovascular exercise is great at helping to manage that. As always, speak with your GPs, speak to your doctors before you start any form of exercise. But I can assure you that lifting these bags not only improve your heart and lungs and improve your cardiovascular, but it also strengthens your muscles. And as we get younger in age, because obviously that's what we do, we need to strengthen those muscles, our biceps, our triceps, our chest muscles, our back muscles, and pulling and digging helps do that. So that's just a little tip that I just added inside of this part of the section, because as you know, I like to encourage all of us to be in the garden and make gardening fun, build communities, and to get us all back into the garden where we can enjoy each other's company, help nature, and create spaces for us. So whilst I just sit here and take a little bit of a breather, I thought what better than to bring you that little tip for today. Anyway, I've rested for enough. I can feel my heart rate just coming back down to resting. So it's time for me to get up and do the next part of my task. So keep watching. These will be used as part of the project for the gazebo, but in the meantime, I'm just bagging up this soil and planting it there. On to the next task. So this is where I've put them temporarily, the bags of soil. These are all going to be part of what builds the pergola. As well as these bits, and they'll also form part of the base. But what I need to do next is to move these out of the way so that I can plant a huge wisteria in this corner, which will climb Well, actually, wisterias do not grip onto things like brick walls, but I will be planting the wisteria. Where am I? I am right there. I'll be planting the wisteria behind me here to help it sort of like create some beauty on this brick wall. Now, wisterias, unlike the Boston ivy, which can find its own way to climb onto a dry brick wall, the wisteria will need some assistance, at least initially. So we're going to have to put a trellis up on this wall to help the wisteria climb all the way up there. Do you see that? Hopefully you can see that in the camera. We have got some clematis here, and we're going to be adding some frames or some trellises, if you like, on this wall to help the clematis climb up here. The wisteria will be planted in this area. This is the before. I will, of course, bring you back to see the after, but what we're trying to do is to add a little bit of greenery on these here walls. So I will be placing a wisteria just about here. I'm just going to scrape back the gravel to reveal the soil, and then start digging in order to place the wisteria. We're fighting with a wisteria. Hey, my battery finished way before time yesterday, so it's actually the following day, and you would have seen as we were trying to struggle with this wisteria, but we have been able to place the wisteria in this position here. You saw me dig in the hole, and because it's quite a mature plant currently, we've had to sort of make use of this wall over here to balance part of the weight of the wisteria, and also use, for now, a table tennis table just to support the limbs of the wisteria. You know what they say, and I absolutely believe to be true, wherever there's a problem, there's always a solution. So I needed absolutely to have the wisteria planted into the ground, and I'm sure there'll be many of you who will say, and rightly so, that oh dear, that was a big mistake. And you know what, you're probably right, and it would have been lovely to buy one from scratch and plant it anew. And there are so many different things people say about wisterias, that they do not flower in the first 7 years, and so on and so forth. But you know what, at this moment, this is a project for the client, and this is what they've asked for. So what we've done is the best thing possible to try to preserve this beautiful tree, which they absolutely adore, and just to relocate her, which is exactly what has happened. I will need to prune this back hard, and again, not an ideal time because she's still flowering, but because of the shock perhaps of the transporting to another space, I think that might be the best idea. And of course I will bring you back to see how well she does. So this is a lovely plant, and it's going to be situated here. In the meantime, or in the meanwhile, or anyway, I still have a lot of things to get on with. So this video will just continue the journey in this garden as the work progresses. So thank you so much for watching the story so far, but you will have to, of course, be tuned in to the next video to see what next is happening. And I will be going from project to project around this garden, so I'll certainly be coming back to this wisteria again. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Please do give us a thumbs up. Subscribing is just a click button, just one click button away, and do share with your friends, your neighborhood, your community, so that we can grow this channel. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. See you in the next video. Bye for now.